The reason why you are not able to sustain a routine, a disciplined, systematic routine that will inevitably compound and lead you to the goals that you're striving for, that will lead you to the man that you're striving for, is because every time it becomes difficult, that's when you quit. The minute that you feel, oh, I've reached my limits, I need to take my foot off the gas, I need to pump the brakes a little bit, I need to give myself a little bit of, a little bit of the easy route. I need to give myself a little taste of, that those undisciplined vices. The minute you feel like you're tired, you've reached your limits, that's when you need to push and go 110 miles per hour. Because in those moments, that's when you make genuine progress in your character. That's when you make genuine change in the interior of yourself as a man. And that's how you achieve genuine success too, is work on your interior first. Become the man that is worthy of having all of the abundance and everything that you want in your life. You have to become the man that's worthy of driving that car. You have to become the man that's worthy of having the abundance of that financial situation or that house or attracting that woman that you want. It all stems from you and your character and who you are. And that's going to require sacrifice, discipline, and consistency. It's going to require that life that you want is only achievable if you are becoming that 2.0 version. You're striving for that character upgrade. You're striving for that 1% better every single day. The 2.0 version of you will be able to achieve anything, but it all starts with your interior first. It all starts with the mind and learning that this path of self-progression, it's one that you have to learn to subside your emotions, put your emotions aside, and only lead with discipline and with logic, and only do the things that you know are going to positively affect you. Only form those positive habits, and you have to release those vices. You have to release your old self. You have to commit suicide to that 1.0 version to truly break through into a 2.0 version. You can't get caught up in who you were in the past, who people say you are, the type of, habits that you had, your mindset, your routine, the actions that you used to take. Those all need to die. They need to end. And it's going to be difficult. You're going to feel uncomfortable. Your body's going to try to reject it. Your mind's going to try to reject it. You're going to have like little moments of weakness, little moments where you're like, should I keep going? Can I keep going? I feel like I'm at my limits. But that's when you just begin. It's almost as if you're training in the gym and, you do your set, and the first, 8 reps is easy. But then you get to the reps where it's burning and it's hurting and you feel tired and you feel like, oh, that's the end of the set. That's the minute you actually start to count the reps, because those are the reps that cause you to grow. It's the same thing in life. The minute you feel tired, when you feel tapped out, when you feel like you've reached your limitations mentally and physically, when your body's tired and aching because you've been training your ass off, and you're mentally tired because you feel like you've been giving life 110% every single day, that's exactly when you need to go harder. You need to become the mechanic in your life. And what I mean by that is become a mechanic mentally and uninstall that brake. Do not allow yourself to have a brake. You need to eliminate the brake from your life. So all you know is that upward progress. And the minute that you realize that, the minute that you're able to obtain a different mindset, you will become unstoppable, because what that will allow you to do is to never stop. 7 days a week, you will be on your fucking game. You will be on your shit. And what that will do for you is you'll just get so much further ahead of everybody else, because the people that are grinding, oh, they grind only on the weekends or 4 or 5 days a week, and then they take days off. If you take days off, all you're doing is slowing down your progress to success. You're slowing down your progress to that 2.0 version that you're striving for. I promise you that you will be thankful that you put in the work, that you do the things that you don't want to do every single day, because that's what forms that 2.0 version. That's how you become a different man. That's how you commit suicide to your old self. You give up those vices. You give up the thought patterns that you used to have in your mind, in your consciousness. You only think positive. You only think through discipline and through, like, take a step back, have a different perspective. Be like, how is this going to affect me? How is this going to affect my life? Is it bringing me closer towards my goals? Is it bringing me closer to that 2.0 version? And if not, eliminate it. Eliminate it fully. There's so many distractions in life, especially in the day and age that we're living in. Our phones, TV, everything, video games, these vices that we have such easy, quick access to. You can get high in 2 seconds with just a electronic vape that you can have at any moment. There's so many easy ways to get those hits of dopamine. But the minute that you seek earning your dopamine, the minute that you seek earning the reward, is where you will fall in love with the process, because you'll have this overwhelming feeling of just pride and joy in knowing that you're taking the steps necessary to achieve a better life, to become a better man, to become stronger, to become that man that is respectable because you're a man of your word, and you do the things necessary every single day that will lead you to a better life, that will lead you to having that abundance financially, with relationships, everything you ever dreamed of is on the other side of the work that you don't want to do. You have to find the discipline to keep pushing. You're going to start off and it's going to be difficult. You're not going to be great at the things that you're doing, but it's about putting in the reps, putting in the work, and it all will compound. And eventually you'll look back 6 months from now, a year from now, years from now, and you'll be like, damn. You'll just be so proud of yourself. And just tell yourself this. Imagine you started today and you just force yourself to keep going. A year from now, you'll look back and you will have made so much progress. Whereas if you don't start today, a year from now, you'll look back and be like, damn, I wonder where I would have been if I started a year ago. If I started a year ago, I probably would be in a different position. Your life can change in just 1 year. You can be a completely different man a year from now, a completely different financial position a year from now, completely different relationship. You have to craft the life that you want to live. You have to be the leader, the captain, and steer your life in the direction that you want it to go. The life that you want to live is always going to be your choice. But with that being said, your choices have to be disciplined ones. The life that you live is a mirror of your choices. We're all faced with choices every single day. We can either go down the easy path, the path of vices, the path of giving into, our cravings, giving into folding and wanting to be, being weak. Or you can go down that path of self-progression, the path that will lead you to being a strong, respectable 2.0 version of yourself. And there will be good days and there will be bad days. But on those bad days, the work will be so much more rewarding, because you'll be like, damn, I didn't think I could make it another day. I didn't know if I was going to make it today. And then the sun goes down, you get in bed after you earned it, after you fulfilled your obligations and responsibilities, and you're like, wow, I made it another day. I think I can do it again tomorrow. And you just take it one day at a time. You tell yourself, just one more day, and that day goes by, and the next, and the next, and it compounds, and a week goes by. Next thing you know, you're doing it for a month. Next thing you know, months add up, and you did it for a year. Next thing you know, you murdered that year. You made 2024 your year. Now you're going into 2025 with crazy momentum, and you make 2025 the best year of your life, and so on and so forth, and it all compounds. No one does it overnight. You just think they do because you don't see them until they become popular and their page is massive and they have hundreds of thousands of followers. They have millions of whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever it may be, they have the financial abundance. You see the person in the Lamborghini and you just think he woke up and had it. Of course, there's people that are given things in life and they're born into a life where they just have those things. But 90% of people, they've earned it. So instead of envying others, instead of trying to trash talk others and push out hate onto others, focus on working on yourself. Become the man worthy of having all of those things. It all stems from yourself. It starts from within in life. Life is mental. Your viewpoint, your perspective will become your reality. You have to be able to tap into a different level mentally to really achieve what you're striving for in this life. Nothing comes easy. Nothing worth having comes easy. Realize right now, start today and take a step back and look at all your vices, look at all your routines and be like, are those habits helping me or are they just making me worse? Of what you're doing isn't making you a better man, isn't making you better physically, isn't making you better mentally, isn't allowing you to upgrade. You need to eliminate it from your life. You're going to have to sacrifice. There are going to be things in your life right now that you don't even realize are negatively impacting you that you need to eliminate. Whether it's going out with your friends too much, eating a certain type of way, training a certain type of way, not getting enough rest, getting to bed at a poor time. So you're waking up late in the day, you're waking up at noon and you're going to bed at 3 a.m. That's dog shit. That's a terrible routine. And then in the gym, you're not pushing till failure. You don't have a proper nutrition plan, a proper training plan. You're not surrounded by like-minded brothers that are all striving for that 2.0 version. You have to look into the little details of your life because that's where the success stems from, is the little disciplined habitual routines, the systems that you have in place to level up and become better. The small things matter. The small things are what compound into the massive things. You don't just go and attack, the massive thing at once. You start with the small, disciplined routines, the small, disciplined actions and habits that will lead you into those big upgrades, those big character upgrades, those tiers. There's tiers and tiers upon levels of this self-progression shit. And if you really want to become a better man, become better, just buckle up and realize that you're in for a fucking ride. A ride of, difficult times, of loneliness, of trials and tribulations. You have to be willing to suffer, to endure that pain, mental and physical, that fatigue that you feel. And eventually you'll build up tolerance. The same way you build up a tolerance to smoking, you build up a tolerance to drinking. You build tolerance to discipline. You build tolerance to the volume you can handle within your training, in the gym, in life. You'll just become a powerhouse because you've built such a high tolerance for being able to put in the work that you'll fucking shatter your goals and you'll be outworking everybody else around you. But it starts with those small habits that you form. It starts with the small little details in your life. Who are you hanging around with? What vices are you giving into? How's your training? How's your nutrition? How's your mindset? It all starts with the small things. Take a step back and dissect your life. Form a blueprint, form a system, and you will realize that everything you've ever known, everything you've ever been taught is most likely not correct in terms of what you actually need to be doing to achieve a better life, achieve a better version of yourself. People don't want to do it. People don't want to be uncomfortable. That uncomfortability is exactly where you need to sit to grow. Stop seeking comfortability. Stop seeking rest and find the joy, find the purpose in the work. The work is what you need to fall in love with. and everything else will fall into place afterwards.